Guys, please subscribe and help the channel get to 90,000 subscribers. Welcome to our FANS Wethu TV. It's the AFCON qualifiers. Bafana 5, Congo 0. I'm joined by Kucho.
Kucho. How's it?
Kucho.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, good man. We won this game.
Game me, Stivo. I saw the game well. Bafana firstly, let's congratulate the boys.
Yes.
They played very well in the game. But let's maybe start from the back.
Yeah.
We had Kuliso Mudau on the right back.
Yes.
He had an exceptional game, even though he's not playing for Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes.
I thought you'd have a consensus of fitness, but I think he had a very exceptional first half and also a second half.
Hey.
I think the opponent was not much offensive, so he had a very good game. And then we go to our defense, where we had Kekana and Dudley, yeah.
Yes.
Both of them had a very great game.
Yes.
Considering the fact that the opponent was not as offensive.
Yes.
Yeah, so we had a very good game. They had both of them, they did quite well. There was no much mistakes, but also there was a few chances from the opponent where our keeper had to do a few saves. Even some crosses where our keeper had to come in and hold them. Yeah, I think the keeper is quite confident, and I think also the nominee for the Ballon d'Or has given him much confidence.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he had a very great game today. Yeah, so I think big ups to him. And then, yeah, also we had Mudiba. Mudiba also had concerns at the start, but I think he had an exceptional game. There's a move that he made where he started the ball from the back, one touch, and then he was in the other side of the area, gave it to Fosler. Fosler gave it to Mokoena. Mokoena was flat-footed. It's one of the goals that you should have scored. I think it was a great move from Mudiba. He had an exceptional game.
Yes.
Then we come into our Midfield. In our Midfield, we had Mokoena and we had Obas. Obas a bit quiet, not too much in his first game, in his first start for Bafana, but not so bad because, like I said, the opponent was a bit very quiet. Was not as offensive as the previous opponent that we had. Yeah, so I think Obas also didn't have much of a bad game. He still had a good game. Mokoena, brilliant. Look, he had a very good first half. Before the yellow card, he was quiet. After the yellow card, he had great moves. He showed a lot of energy. I think, he wanted to prove a point to Mango Mniti that I really need to play, you know. So I think he had a very brilliant game. Mokoena, brilliant goal. I think a contender for goal of the tournament. Yes. We've not seen that in a long time, you know. Yeah, so it's been it's been a long time since we've seen that those moves. I last saw it from the likes of Zlatan and all those kind of players. Yeah, so he showed a lot of good football. And then we had Mokoena. I have a lot of question marks on Mokoena.
What are your question marks?
Look, he contributed to the third goal, but from the before and after that goal, Mokoena, honestly, he's a fast player. Maybe selected for him being for his pace, but he's not offering us anything in terms of it. We have players like your Saleng who are contributing intensively for the mighty Buccaneers.
Yes.
It's a very serious concern. Why is he not even selected for a player like Mokoena, who we don't really see what he's offering? Then we also had Apolis on the other side.
Yes,
exceptional. The balls where he wanted to move fast, shoot too early. I think if he can relax a bit, he can really offer us better. But after from everything, he did have a good game. He had brilliant moves.
Yes,
he had brilliant touches. I can't fault him for much. He did a very brilliant job. And then Frosler, I have a bit of question marks. Look, I firstly I don't understand his game. Is he a target man? Is he a striker that comes fetches the ball?
Okay,
you know. So I've not really understood his game. But for a team like Bafana,
yes,
today in the manner that we're so offensive, we needed maybe a striker that can sit in the box and wait for the touches, because we're not. Our strikers were not coming to defend because the opponent was not as strong. So we're not playing a very strong opponent. And then we had also Mshishi. Tembazwane. Look, he had a very brilliant game. He had brilliant touches. He tried to open the defense. Just in the final third, he had a few touches that he could have converted, but then he had issues. And then also we had substitutes that came in, like Mufokeng. The guy is having the best time of his life.
Yes.
I think we really need to also look at the fact of Colin Saling, a young player. I think he's no more a young player. So we need to consider starting players like Mufokeng in this game, because he's doing quite well. Every time he comes in, he's doing quite well. He opens up the game for us. So we need to give him an opportunity now, not from the bench, but also from the starting 11. And then also, I was also quite disappointed in not seeing a player like Tito not even being on the bench. You know, it raises a lot of question marks. He's one of the players that is playing, even though this isn't, people are saying not too well, but I do believe that he's contributing for Orlando Pirates. Pirates has just won the MTN 8. Most of their players, it is quite disappointing to see only one player playing for Orlando Pirates, wherein they've played 11 teams, meaning in terms of match fitness, their players are more fitter than the others. So that raises a bit of concern, and also a bit of selection favoritism. We might not see the selection favoritism mainly because we won, but for example, a lot of players were not questioned. A few players are not really match fit, so we're not For one, we all know that Khuliso is not playing at Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes.
Look, he had a brilliant game. We can't take that away from him. But he's not playing at Sundowns. So that, for me, raises a bit of a concern. Even when you look at international football abroad, we don't see players that don't play for their team playing in the national team. So this, for me, raises a bit of a concern. So players who are not really playing for their teams don't really have to be selected. We shouldn't make it a culture or a norm of players just starting for Bafana.
Yes.
Players need to start for Bafana mainly because of them being them deserving. We have a player like Mujela, who comes from Skukuni, also did exceptionally well. He's been doing quite well. You'd ask yourself, when is he going to be selected? You know, those are the things that we're asking ourselves as fans, that there are players who are doing quite well in their teams. Why are they not playing? And second to that, we finished the game in the first half. We won 3-0 at halftime. You know, it is an opportunity to give other players who are not playing an opportunity, because we are playing at home. We have won the game. So why are we still protecting the game and not bringing younger players to express themselves, to at least give them confidence that in other games where we need them, they can come in much stronger.
Yes.
You know? So I think it should have used this opportunity as a confidence setter, also considering that we are playing away to this same team. And then also I think the supporters came in their numbers. We were quite disappointed in the scene that happened in the first half from the fans that side. I think it's quite concerning from our fan base. They should understand the rules of football and the manner in which we need to behave as supporters, especially in an international platform, because other countries are watching us. So those kind of things, we really need to be very careful when we come to them.
Guy, man of the match, man.
Look, man of the match is the player that is not playing in his team. I will give it to Teboho Mokoena. Look, honestly speaking, he had good moves. He opened the opponent for us. He made us win the game, but also his brilliant goal wraps it up for me.
So no Mudilisa Joang if a fitla dlala is so. Last adult.
No, it's a very complex question. It's a very complex question. But look, we really need to address the fact that he's not playing at his team. His coach needs to solve his issues with him and allow Teboho Mokoena to play, because we do definitely need him in the national team. So irrespective of the team that I come from, but I do believe that he's a very good player.
Thank you, good man.
No, thanks a lot, Stu.